My name is Virgil Truica. I'm one of the founding members of ISOC Romania chapter. Over the years, I've been involved, especially in the IT infrastructure, telecom, network security sectors, with a focus on other types of security, more likely DDoS security, not the ones that you've seen already here. I will not be talking about AI, that's for sure. One of my main goals, especially at ISOC, has always been to bring awareness and to keep the local network operators and enterprises, communities be better informed and better prepared for what is happening on the DDoS front, distributed denial of service attacks, from this point of view. So today's presentation is a sort of a snapshot of the latest trends and threats in this field. Let's dive into it. What we'll cover, we will do a short recap of DDoS attack evolution. We will break down the most, let's say, dangerous attacks happening nowadays. We will be seeing where the attacks are coming from, what are the targets, and of course, what are the mitigation strategies available in 2025. So for those of you who are less familiar with the topic, distributed denial of service attack, DDoS attack, floods a system or a network with unrequested traffic from multiple sources with the sole purpose of taking it offline. Imagine, like, let's say you're running a shop, maybe a bakery, and you have your regular users coming in and buying your products. And all of a sudden, you get thousands and thousands of fake visitors having no purpose of being there or no intention of buying something. And they all want to get in at the same time. So they are jamming your doors, blocking your doors, so your regular customers will not be able to enter your shop. This is all in a nutshell. Before COVID, and I must mention COVID because it is an important milestone in our industry especially, well, we already saw DDoS reaching the 1 terabit capacity, 1 terabit volume mark, which is quite shocking, was quite shocking at the time. We saw DDoS increasing in volumes, but at a manageable pace. The networks were able to keep up with it. But then 2020 came and everything has changed since then. So COVID pandemic pushed our digital infrastructure roughly 5 to 10 years forward. All of a sudden we had more users online, more connected devices, more time spent on those devices, more bandwidth capacity, internet bandwidth installed, and of course more attack surfaces for the attackers. Nowadays, 3 terabit DDoS attack, 3 terabit capacity is already something happening weekly. And 1 month ago, I had this update at RONOG 10 meeting, which was at Radisson that time. So back then, the DDoS record was 11.5 terabit, which actually happened just 2 days before the event. And I remember finishing that presentation saying that probably by the next RONOG, that attack will already be history. Well, little did I know that in less than 1 month, we will have that record broken 2 times, and with more than double the size of the previous one. So for you to imagine 30 terabit of traffic, like you all know Lord of the Rings, they are long movies, okay? Each one of them. So imagine downloading 1 million Lord of the Rings movies per second onto your device. That's a pain for any network of any size, actually. So how did we got here? Well, nowadays, DDoS attack is not just by sending a lot of packets. It is a rich ecosystem of various techniques. So we have volumetric attacks, we have application layer attacks, now we have reflection amplification attacks, protocol misuse, and carpet bombing, and I'll jump into that a bit later. So you can choose from all these flavors when you want to attack somebody, or you can use them all at once actually, not just one of them. These are the most, let's say, used DDoS vectors in 2025, according to the available reports from ISOC pools and from my colleagues at Fastnetmon and other research I did on the market. So CLDAP is a reflection amplification vector. It has been growing over 3,000% only in this year. We have ESP reflection, which has been growing 2,000 times more. Memcache used to be very popular and was the previous record owner. Now is back on the table under various forms. And we also have DNS amplification, which is starting to be reused under different forms to avoid detection solutions available. Important to note that attackers are using those vectors combined together with others, trying to get the best results. And one of the most effective technique they found actually is carpet bombing. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the term, but normally in standard attacks, the attacker is sending a lot of traffic to one single IP address, website, it depends what he wants to put down. But with this case, instead of attacking one single IP address with the full force, the attacker is spreading the traffic all across an entire subnet or an entire AS number, depending on how big the network is. So when you are looking at your IP addresses or IP host, and you will see like moderate traffic going towards that IP address, and you don't see something is wrong over there. Your detection the traffic will not reach your threshold, so we will not see that there is an attack until it is already too late, because the impact at the network level, it's already massive. So carpet bombing nowadays is the most used technique against internet service providers, against hosting cloud providers. It's basically the worst case scenario for a network to be in. And mitigating such attack takes a lot of resources and some skills. Now, where the attacks are coming from? Well, Spamhaus is telling us that command and control servers for these massive botnets are hosted more and more often in cloud environments, actually. So if you look at the top 10 locations, you will see the usual suspects. So we have USA, China, Europe region, Russia, and we've seen Brazil catching up lately in the last couple of months, especially. But if you look at the map, actually, you can see that it's a global problem, which is powered by cheap infrastructure and unsecured devices. To go a level deeper, these are the networks hosting the most command and control servers. As you can see, you will notice there are a lot of big names, cloud providers, hosting providers, which again highlights the fact that public cloud infrastructure is being used for malicious activities without the providers even knowing about it most of the time. So the conclusions here are quite simple. Command and control infrastructure for these botnets is not hiding in the dark corners of the internet. They are right in front of us, actually. And cloud service providers, hosting providers, and their resellers, partners, and so on, they should step up their game and improve their monitoring, and of course, take action a lot faster. Europe still remains one of the preferred targeted regions, and the most attacked countries are more or less the same. They are just changing their position depending on the time of the report. Telcos, hosting providers, gaming providers, fintech, and more recently blockchain services are the top targets when it comes to DDoS attacks. Important to note, I mean, what we've noticed is that attackers often go to the weakest link in the chain, not necessarily after you, but it can go after your internet provider, for example. It can go after your end customer or your DNS host. It depends where he can find a weak spot from this point of view. Talking about Romania and DDoS security, well, at ISOC, we have ISOC Pulse, which is a monitoring solution giving information about the internet health, national internet health of each country. Now, with even though we do have solid data on Romania's internet resilience, and the security score is good overall, we've noticed while looking at ISOC polls that there is a concerning blind spot when it comes to DDoS security. Now, the problem in this case is not only about Romania, because I looked up in the system other countries, and the results are more or less the same. From my experience in the industry, is not necessarily a measurement problem. Most companies, especially in this region, are still reactive, talking about Ovidiu's presentation, are still reactive and not proactive when it comes to DDoS attacks. So they invest in a solution only after they get attacked, which is already too late. Most DDoS events are not reported, that's for sure. Companies do not share their experience and intelligence between each other, which of course that leads to very limited visibility in this space, even though the impact can be massive. Now let's talk numbers. A big DDoS attack can impact a small and medium company in the range of tens of thousands. But when we talk about enterprises, we are talking about millions. And that's without the cost of the, I don't know, company reputation, company trust, SEO ranking, operational cost. I always say about DDoS security that is like a car insurance. It's better to have it, but never to have to use it, actually. So that's the whole point at the end. Now, what can we do about it? Well, there are a lot of solutions, fortunately. So you have a lot of free options, like black holing is not actual mitigation. Basically, you sacrifice the attacked IP address, the attacked victim, okay, but you save the rest of your network, and you have options to do this manually, or you have open source tools available and quite efficient ones, and you can do this automatically. I personally consider this option to be the free one because the impact is a lot lower when you're getting an attack and you need to mitigate it fast. Then you have entry-level solutions where you can use your network resources and your network team skills, of course. So in this case, I'm talking about your network equipment who should know, or in most cases, it knows flow spec. It has flow spec features, and you can use that, integrate that together with your network capacity and do on-premise DDoS mitigation. So basically, you use the existing resources without investing additionally in other tools. But you can automate that, and you have tools where to choose from depending on your budget and how dirty you want to get your hands in. Moving forward, you have more enterprise solutions. You have hardware appliances, DDoS mitigation hardware appliances. And in this case, you have on-premise mitigation, more control over your traffic, and of course, you can also customize the DDoS security a lot better. And here you have big names, well-established names in the market, but you also have a lot of newcomers who are using the latest technologies, like AI, machine learning, including, and they don't have any expensive hardware legacy, and in many cases, they do a better job for a much better price. But of course, even in this case, you are still limited to the capacity of the hardware appliance or to the capacity of your own network. But luckily, you have the cloud scrubbing providers, a failover solution, if you ask me. So here, we've seen in the last 15 years a lot of companies emerging in this space. Again, well-established companies, mature solutions, global networks, very good ones, and newcomers, latest technologies. You should look which one is best for you, because from my experience, the most expensive one is not necessarily the best one for you. You have to understand exactly what you need. And the last one, my favorite, hybrid approach, meaning a combination of the previous two ones, okay? So it's best to do on-premise DDoS detection and mitigation, and only reroute your traffic through cloud scrubbing providers when needed. And here again, you have various ways to do this. Talking about the future, well, the internet will not stop growing, that's for sure. By 2030, it's estimated to have more than 34 billion devices connected already. bandwidth capacity will continue to grow, of course. And I'm sure that the attackers will not just sit around and watch, they will scale together with us. So I don't want to jinx it again, but probably by the next RITE event, this 30 terabit DDoS attack will already be history. And to wrap things up, just a few things, a few thoughts for you, like DDoS attacks are not something we can fight on our own. It is a thing we should do together. We should share intelligence because together we are stronger. Always train your people, talking about security. Security starts with awareness, and human factor is the biggest breach right now. Secure your edge network because that's where everything begins. And be proactive, not reactive, very important. And the last but not least, do all of the above by attending this kind of events, engaging with people, go to EPF's RITE meetings, NOG meetings, or engage with your local ISOC chapter to exchange information. That's it from myself. Happy to take any questions if there are any. I know I'm sitting between you and dinner.
Again, wait. I have a question. During the RIPE event last week, I met the founder of FastNetman. Yeah. And if I remember well, he was mentioning that normally is a paid solution, but for non-for-profit organizations, you have a free approach, a free offer. That would be important, for example, for the likes of NISP, our association, which is not for profit.
Yes.
So, is it true?
I made this. FastNetman is one of the partners I'm working with. They provide a DDoS detection solution, which of course it can do many other things when integrated in your network. And we do a lot of open source, and we also provide advanced licenses for IXS, universities, and other, let's say, non-for-profit organizations. So feel free to reach out.
Okay, so for us, like association of internet, it would be applicable. Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Thank you.